We may complain, but we adapt. We adapt. We move, we shake, we make adjustments, that we do what we got to do in order to run up a bag. We don't just sit there and die.
What's going on, YouTube? It's your host, Bruce GNT, back with another video. So this is a content creator that I watch from time to time, Anton Daniels, and I like his content. A lot of people find him to be controversial in some of his takes and everything like that. Not everything I agree with, but I mean, shit, that's not what it's here for. It's not for me to agree with every single last point. But he made a video and it hit a chord with me. And the reason why is because it's something I've been seeing a lot with my personal life and my own social media. So when I watched it, I was like, yeah, I've been feeling like this, for like a while now. So we're just gonna go over it. I'm gonna give you my take a little bit. Might not go over the whole thing because this is mostly just a way for me to kind of, springboard off of what I wanted to speak about in my own sense.
I think that the biggest thing that I'm seeing, the trend, is for women, and specifically white women, are the ones that are complaining the most. White women are the ones that I see complaining the most in culture and society. I see a lot of complaining from women as a whole, black women specifically, but white women, y'all are the ones that's really taking the cake. And it's getting so bad. And this is the thing that I've been saying as far as black people, to an extent, black culture and the things that we celebrate the most is toxic. But black people tend to have an affinity for following white people. And no matter how bad a segment of the population like white people are doing, black people still pedestalize them and compare themselves to them, even though there may be a completely different group that is winning. So we know that Asians and Indians from a specific demographic are the ones that are generating the majority of the income inside of our households. And instead of us following and trying to understand, okay, well, what are they doing? Even though they are a smaller part of the population, black people are only 13.6% of the population still. White people still are the majority of the population. Why are we still saying, well, white people this or systematic or this and that, when the people that have the highest average household income are not the ones that you're comparing yourselves to? So what you then do is, because you're pedestalizing them so much, you follow them off of the cliff. I see a whole lot of white women, for example, and I got review videos that's going to be coming out. Those are scheduled for tomorrow. I see a whole lot of white women, for example, talking about how should they convince their husbands, or how should they bully their husbands, or should they leave their husbands if their husbands don't take their concerns seriously about what's going on with the federal government. And oh my God, I'm so scared. And I seen a couple different women videos that y'all sent me that y'all gonna see tomorrow, and they're talking about how what should they do to further push their husbands and convince them to move out of the country because they're scared and they don't substantiate their fears and stuff like that. And I'm like, what?
So actually, I want to attack this from several different angles. The first part that I want to address is the whole, white woman liberal thing. Look, I don't hate anybody, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to your skin color, anything like that, your gender. I don't care. I talk about anybody. I talk smack and talk shit about anybody and everybody. If you are a living, breathing person and you're someone that doesn't suffer from some type of disability that you cannot help, I'm going to talk shit about you. My people that know me, they know I talk endless smack. And I can take it too. I don't care what people say about me. It doesn't really matter. I say worse things about myself. But I say it to say, no, he's absolutely right. The amount of liberal white women, they're crusading this like holistic, holier than thou mentality that's getting kind of annoying because, all right, case in point, right? The whole Kendrick halftime show and everything like that. People have their opinions about it, rightfully so. I thought it was a B-. Now, before people jump in like, oh, what are you talking about? I've liked Kendrick since 2011, okay? I've always liked his music. And a little bit about me, I never liked rap music. I've always been about alternative rock, metal, and everything like that. Got made fun of because of it a lot. Got called white boy a lot. Why you listen to that white people music? A lot. So I've always liked conscientious rappers. So him, J. Cole, Joyner Lucas, Dax, like people like that. I've always liked their rap music as opposed to like what else is out there. And of course, I like the other guys. Like I like Drake. Don't get me wrong, he's a weirdo, but I like Drake, like Lil Wayne, everything like that. But for the most part, I've always liked rappers like that. I don't listen to like the mainstream. So I've liked Kendrick for a long time. And when I heard about him performing for the Super Bowl, I was like, okay, because when it comes to me personally, the way I see his music, it's not something where it's like he's on the main stage and then the Super Bowl is something where it's like people get hyped, they want to be bumping and everything like that. Not to say his music isn't like that, but I knew what he was going to come out with, especially everything that happened after the whole Drake beef. It wasn't going to come off like that. And I knew that he was going to put a whole lot of symbolism and a whole lot of like references to our current times within his like performance. I knew that. And the reason why I say it's a B- is because for a halftime show, it was a B-. For Kendrick and what he does and what he represents, it was fantastic. I liked it. The audio issues for the show, I wasn't a fan of. Cause I was hearing, I'm like, okay, the audio seems a little bit off. That I didn't like. I feel like they disrespected him when it came to that. But I've always liked Kendrick's art. I've always liked his music. Everything about him, I just really appreciate it because I like how he brings light to a lot of issues. And as many of you may know, a lot of people of different communities, especially in the black community, don't really like Kendrick like that. So tell me why I go online and I see it's mostly white women, and this is the reason I'm saying this, mostly white women talking about, oh my God, the symbolism is so great, which is fine if they appreciate it. Oh my God, it's so great. Oh, if you don't get it, oh, you're the problem. I'm like, what the oh, if you didn't like it, oh, you're the issue, you're the problem, you're the reason why things are this bad, or you're racist. I literally saw a white woman's post that said, if you didn't like the halftime show, you just didn't understand it. And in quotations, it said, or you're racist. I don't like saying this, but it's hilarious. The caucasity of this woman to say that when there's black people and a whole lot of other people that just didn't like it for the many other issues as to why they didn't like it. And to just throw your racist on top of it is like, what the what? And it is always a liberal white woman that's doing stuff like that. Maybe I have legitimate reasons why I just didn't like it, which I did like it, but I thought it was just a B-. The symbolism and everything like that, Samuel Jackson, I liked all of that. They like to bandwagon certain movements and shit when I know damn well for a fact a lot of y'all discography is Taylor Swift, Katy Perry, and Lady Gaga. Y'all wasn't rocking with Kendrick. But anyway, before I go off, because that whole thing, just seeing that just consistently on my timeline it's been blowing my mind. It's like just pissing me off. But anyway, besides that, yeah, he's hitting a point too. I see too many times that black people are always on the wave of, oh, white people this, white people that. They don't make the most in this country when it comes to income, especially for a single household. When you look at, Asians, and Indians fit within Asians, but we're just going to separate them for this case. Asians and Indians, when it comes to their demographic and what they make, within a single household, they're hitting six figures. And when I say single household, I mean like one person, six figures on average. And we're sitting here talking about, oh, but the white man, they're not even making it on the country that's theirs, apparently. It's not, but you know what I'm saying. We consistently compare ourselves, and then we have this mindset, oh, every white person out there has it, and you're benefiting because you're white. Look, I've traveled to a lot of places, and I've seen poor white people. A lot of black people like to make it seem, which they are. I'm not saying that they're not poor black people, but I'm just saying, if you go along the Bible Belt, the Rust Belt, like Appalachia, trust me, you're gonna see some poor white people. I've been to some places in Ohio, Alabama, Wisconsin, everything like that. Poor white people. And that's before you even get to the white trash. That's a whole nother story. And you're gonna sit here and talk about, yeah, they have a bit. No, they do not. No, they do not. Walking outside barefoot, Pampers, no shirt. I've seen it. But besides all that, yeah, it's stuff like that I'm just seeing where I'm just like, man, it's just a whole lot of, I don't want to say it like this, but I'm just gonna have to, bitching and complaining. Just a whole lot. And who knows, maybe I'm bitching and complaining talking about it like this, but I saw this video and it really resonated. I'm just like, I feel like this is what we're gonna see a whole lot of, especially now that President Trump is in office now, because it's gonna be a whole lot of, woe is me, I can't get anywhere because I'm black, even though in some cases that could be the case, but in other cases, when I grew up in these neighborhoods, I know exactly what it is. Some people out here, some of my people out here, like I said, I love my people, but I gotta hold them accountable. Some of y'all don't want to stop smoking weed to get a job. Some of y'all dabbling with people that you know you shouldn't be dabbling with because that's your homeboy, that's your homegirl, whatnot. But maybe I'm off.
I'm always amazed that I have so much content to sort through to figure out what I'm going to talk about in the first place. Because why are y'all on the internet talking about your personal business and making your husband look bad or making your man look bad when you were an extension of him, and you talking about and seeking advice from people outside of your household on how you gonna bully him into moving out of the country, which is a bad idea, and then y'all gonna look stupid, and then he's gonna have to take responsibility for the fact that he listened to your big head instead of standing 10 toes down on his masculinity. You know what I'm saying? Like, I, I'm always amazed at the foolishness that I see, because it's like they've hijacked the civil rights movement for feminism, hijacked feminism for the LGBTQ community, and now they transforming y'all sons into some of the most feminine beings on the face of the earth, and y'all still following them off of the cliff. White women are the ones that are complaining the most. It is insane. It is crazy. And it's so funny because, you know, the one thing that I will say about
Not to cut them off. Also, another thing I'm seeing too, I don't know, like it sounds like the most destructive thing ever. The amount of videos I see white women making saying I wouldn't trust a white woman because they're this, that, and the third, and I'm just sitting there like, what the like you're talking about you? What the fuck? You know, white men talking about, yeah, white men out here terrible. It's like, what the like if it came from a black person, it'd be ignorant to a certain extent because maybe you're taking generalities and you're making it fact and law, which is just not right. But you're talking about you're talking about yourself, your family members, your loved one. Like, what are you talking about? You're never gonna see me come online and be like, oh, white people are terrible, I'm not gonna be friends with a black person. Fuck no. Why would I do that? That's stupid. That's dumb. You know what I'm saying? I don't have this disdain that some black people have for white people because they haven't done me wrong. Maybe if one or two do me wrong, sure, I don't like those two, but I'm not gonna look at every single last white person and be like, that's like me looking at every single last woman because I got done wrong by women and be like, oh, they're terrible. I mean, that's what they do in the red pill community apparently, but I wouldn't do that. It just doesn't correlate in my mind like that because that's not all of them. They're not a monolith, just like black people aren't a monolith. You know, am I off? Am I the drama? Am I not making sense?
most black people that were raised in environments that were not necessarily conducive for our lifestyle, meaning that they were impoverished, maybe a little bit ghetto, being raised in the hood, the projects, all of those type of places, is that when you then start talking about layoffs or adjustments or, you know, you got to survive, we may complain, but we adapt. We adapt. We move, we shake, we make adjustments, that we do what we got to do in order to run up a bag. We don't just sit there and die. You know what I'm saying? We gonna figure out where the money is. Somebody gonna have to come up with something. Whatever you got to do, you're going to have to do. But we certainly are not ones that are going to die. It seemed like white people and white women, boy, when they go through something, oh my God, Timmy got a head scratch, and next thing you know, they trying to move out of the country.
Look, let me just preface by saying I'm not saying all, and I'm pretty sure he's not saying all, and I'm not saying it's a curry favor white people. I don't give a damn. You don't like me because I said whatever I said about white people. Screw you. Who cares? But he's not wrong. Like some of y'all motherfuckers be complaining. I'm just sitting there like, I have a few videos up about some of y'all complaining. I'm just like, what the fuck? It's not even that deep. Like, chill out, you know. But and like I said, no one's a monolith, so I don't have to say not all. You should already know that. If that's not you, don't take offense to it. I don't know.
Trying to move out of the country. It is the white liberal women, and of course, it's not all women, right? Because it's only if the shoe fits wear it. And everybody that knows me knows that I don't believe in identity politics. I only believe in rocking out with people based off of whatever it is that you stand for. And so, if you're a good person, then I rock with you. If a bad person, then I choose not to roll with you on that particular issue. But it is the white liberal women that continue to lead this country into oblivion, into a downfall. If y'all don't stop following these women, these white women specifically, into the mire and stop pedestalizing them and stop letting them lead you with conversation. And let me tell you another thing that they tend to do. One of the things that white women try to do is they then try to affirm you in order to try to, and of course, again, this is not all white women, but they try to affirm you in order to try to gain your support. They then say stuff like, and I don't know why you don't understand black women and all of that. Like, why is that even meaningful to you? Why would that be a thing that you go online and then record and have a conversation about when that's not even relevant to you? You will never understand.
Yeah, I see that so much. It's cool that you rock with us. Thank you, I guess. But the fact that you feel that you need to record yourself, or you need to put like a black square, or do a little post talking about, oh my gosh, oh we stand with black, like, if it's such virtue signaling and bullshit. It's like, to me it feels like you're trying to prove a point when there's no point that needs to be proven. Every time I see that, it just doesn't feel genuine, because now I'm just sitting there like, all right, this feels like you're making it a point to say it when the best way to support is just be a good person. Like, I support all people. You're not gonna see me come up here like, I support you. No, I'm not doing that. You're gonna see it in my actions, how I treat you on a day-to-day basis. You meet me, I'm gonna say, hey, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? So it's just a weird thing.
Understand what black men go through dealing with black women, and you'll never understand black women in general. And so again, I don't understand why y'all feel so compelled to listen to these women. I don't want to get into it. I got to get in after hours. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I'm gonna holler at y'all later, bro. Peace.
I'm gonna put a link in the description for, you know, his channel and everything like that, because I want to give respect. I can't use people's shit and not be like, oh yeah, this is where it's from. But yeah, that's really it. And yeah, it's just something I've just been thinking about, because every time I see it, I'm just like I can't tell you how many white women I've seen just on social media after the whole Kendrick Lamar like halftime show that were just like, you're racist if you don't like it. It's like, what if I just have a legit concern? What if I just didn't like it? Not saying I didn't. I liked it. I didn't think it was the best halftime show in the world. I understand the symbolism, everything like that, and I don't have to affirm that to anybody. I knew I understood it, and I knew what it stood for. It's just that it wasn't the best. You know, audio issues and everything like that. I feel like if he was able to curse the way he was supposed to and everything like that in some of his songs, I think it would have been a whole lot better. But that's just my personal opinion. And yeah, but I can't tell you how many, the amount of those I've just seen, you know, and it's crazy because the amount of white women I've seen that were like denigrating other white people is just so weird. God forbid you have a different opinion. God forbid you have a different opinion. And you just said, hey, look, I wasn't a fan of it. Oh, I didn't understand the music. Oh, I didn't understand the thing. They just ran down your throat. You're racist. You're terrible. And it's like, oh, okay. Or maybe this person has a differing opinion or a different style of music that they like. You know, that's, you know, there was a time where I didn't like rap music. I probably wouldn't have liked it either. You calling me out? You know, it's just insane. But yeah, that's it for this video. If you enjoyed it, leave a like, comment down below. Tell me your thoughts. You know, let me know if I'm off. Because I mean, look, I've just been seeing it, it's just been pissing me off, and I'm just like, yo, goddamn, everywhere you turn, someone's racist for not liking Kendrick Lamar's halftime show. It's just crazy to me. And yeah, subscribe if you want to see more, because I might talk more about subjects like this, especially when it comes to just how we're interacting as a society, because it's getting kind of wild out there. But yeah, that's it for now. Peace.